And welcome back to the Entrepreneurs Narrative podcast. My name is Michelle.
I'm Atu.
And together we co-founded a web design company in Cape Town called Jackfruit.
Yeah.
So as we said before, this is our home to connect with other entrepreneurs because we work with a lot of them, obviously. And today's topic, we're getting a bit vulnerable. We're talking about, because it's the end of the year, we're reflecting and we're talking about how the last 6 months have looked like for us. And I also think it's a very personal conversation for entrepreneurs in general. So I'm excited to get into it. We're talking about struggle and how it's a part of what entrepreneurship is, but entrepreneurs don't really speak about their struggles, and they don't and they don't admit to it, and we're trying to figure out why, but also we're trying to change that narrative a bit and make it more comfortable for people to speak about struggles. So, Atu, if you had to describe this year in the last 6 months, because the beginning of the year was fine, but the last 6 months have been one word.
Yeah, one word. I'd probably say saturation.
Saturation?
Yeah, this year has been insane with the amount of workload that I personally had. I felt like I've been inundated with work since the beginning of the year, let me say.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's got even worse towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't be the case. So, saturation would be how I'd describe this year in one word.
Okay.
For the last 6 months.
For the last 6 months?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's when it cranked up.
Yeah.
On my end, I would say overwhelming.
Okay.
The last 6 months have been a lot for me.
Why?
Why? Because we've been trying different things and it's not been easy. A lot of you would have seen we launched a new service, and that's been really hard on us. Really hard to crack the market. Yeah, not going as expected. So it's been a lot, and the workload has also been like super overwhelming for me. So when you think about struggle being part of entrepreneurship and like failure, why do you think it's so hard for entrepreneurs to speak about it, even us? Because we were going through like a lot, I won't lie, like we were going through it, but why is it so hard?
I think there's a couple of like very key factors that bleed into why entrepreneurs and startup founders struggle to speak about struggle. And like one of the main ones is fear of looking weak.
Yeah.
And this is fear of looking weak to investors, to your customers, to your peers, everyone involved.
Yeah.
Because it's like revenue is practically just beauty privilege for business. That's what I'm getting at. You've got a lot more like you appear a lot more a lot more competent.
If you're making
just
more
making
money.
a lot more
Yes.
money. And people don't look behind the numbers. They don't look at your profits. Not necessarily.
Even you
investors
don't.
at some point.
Even you won't.
Yeah,
You would
I
think
guess
I'm
yes,
making money. I must know. Like,
that is true.
So
That is
even
true.
if you're making lots of money and your losses are high, you're still like, well, I'm making money. We're gonna get over this period. Yeah.
So that obviously like bleeds into like faking it till you make it, because you're putting up appearances as much as possible, just to ensure that everyone else sees you as a success. So it's really difficult to be vulnerable and speak about your struggles in the process, your struggles to get stuff out.
Can I ask you, do you think that because entrepreneurship usually is like you really putting yourself out there, so that's number one, but also number two, because you're putting yourself out there, there's been people that didn't necessarily believe in you. So because of that, you want to prove those people wrong, and when it's not going according to proving those people wrong, because it is personal. I mean, if somebody's like, nah, it's not, your idea is not going to work, and then it doesn't work,
I mean, that could be one element of it, but I think you're being too nice on people, because I think it becomes a vanity game. as
Okay.
opposed to you trying to prove people wrong per se. You are just
Oh,
trying
if
to.
you don't, okay. I
Yeah,
see.
you're just trying to be a success. Your reasons could be, I'm trying to prove people wrong. It could also be, I want people to have some reverence for how good
For
I am.
yes, yeah, yeah,
Or whatever else. But like, I think,
Yeah.
bigger picture, you are just, you're putting up appearances so people can perceive you in a certain way, whether
Okay.
it's to prove people wrong or not. What other reasons do you think?
Um, that's what I think my biggest concern is, as soon as you admit that something is going horribly wrong,
Yeah,
you're also admitting that you're a failure.
that
And
is fair.
one of the things is that business is so personal to people. And it's hard to admit that you're failing.
Yeah,
Or and sometimes it gets crossed. Like if you admit that you're failing, to you it's like you're admitting that you're a failure.
that is true.
And as much as people say it's okay to fail, especially in the entrepreneurship world, people say it's okay to fail fast, fail hard, and then move
Yeah.
and learn from that. You're still failing, and failing is a serious thing. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's hard to get through, but also people don't accept failure.
There is a stigma.
Yes, there's
around
a stigma
failure.
around
There's definitely a
failure.
stigma around
Yes.
failure. Yeah. Yeah, that's a very good point. That's a very good.
Yeah.
There's also like a responsibility for others.
Yeah,
So
that's my biggest one.
If you are leading a company, heading
Yeah.
a company, responsible for people, you obviously don't want them to I guess to maneuver in a certain way, knowing that you are struggling.
That you're struggling. It's also, I think, for us. So I don't know if we've said this before on the podcast, but one of the most important things to Jackfruit, our business, the company that owns this podcast, is that we employ people in a dignified manner, and we change lives through employment. So it's really important to us that we keep our employees safe, paid, employed. So once things start going wrong or they don't go the way that you want it to go, for me it's kind of like I'm letting my employees down, and their families and the people that they have to take care of. Another big stress in my
But also, you don't want them to leave.
Yeah,
they
of
are going to
course.
be part of you getting out of this rut you're
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
So you don't want people to start polishing up their CVs
And
making
looking
their
for
way
a,
out. So
parachute.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even at that point, you are sort of like covering the truth of the situation to a point, so that they don't suss it out.
Yeah, but I don't know. I never think of it in terms of they're gonna leave. Which for me it would be like, if you really feel like this place is not going to be around in 6 months, please protect yourself and go, because I don't want your life to suffer because of me. But I know generally entrepreneurs, obviously you'd want your team to stay and go through the hard stuff with you. Another thing that stresses me out is so our business is funded, and every time I write the last time I had to write a report to our funders, I was so stressed. but I was as honest as I could possibly be about how the last 6 months have been for us. So I try to be honest about that, but that is a stress. We don't want them to get stressed out that the investment was not worth it or whatever.
That's fair. That is very, very fair.
Yeah.
But also entrepreneurs do not have an outlet. We don't.
Yes, we don't. Most
safe
don't, because
space.
it's
I
very
mean,
lonely.
That is true. Yeah.
It's very lonely.
Yeah. Most people don't have mentors. They don't have peers who are going through the same thing and are open about it. So there are no spaces for people to have open discussions about their struggles without it feeling like a very stigmatized topic to deal with.
Yeah. Or people just won't understand it. From my experience, that's what I've found. If I go to someone, I found that, number one, it's hard to explain the stress of 1 month you're doing really well, and then another month money is not coming in, and then another month you're back up again. If you explain that to someone, I think their reaction would be So then just plan your months, or, or you know, which is good advice, but it's very unpredictable. It's not just, I know next year Feb I'm going to make money. You might know for like 3 years in a row, and then on the fourth year you're not making money through Feb, like March, May, like that. So it's really hard for somebody whose income is stable to understand what you're going through, or to understand just the stress of consistently having to solve problems. And it's your responsibility to solve the
Yes.
problems. It's not you going to
Yeah.
your manager and like expecting your manager to come up, or the CEO of the
That's true.
company to come up with a solution. We have to come up with a
Yeah.
solution to all our problems.
And we can't half-ass it.
And
because,
yes,
yeah, there's only one outcome if you do.
yeah. And I'm sure if you had to like speak to someone, I think even in your case, somebody would be like, well, why are you running a company and working? Why are you doing, like, don't?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Who's forcing you to do that?
I hate myself.
It's really, it's
I do not
really
love myself.
hard. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard for somebody outside of this struggle to fully like grasp what you're saying. It would take
That
a
is
lot
true.
of empathy to like get it, and
Yeah.
that's what I've found. Unfortunately, and it's not a bad thing for the other people. It's just they're not going through it. Running a business is not their thing, so
Yeah.
it's hard for them to understand.
So
Yeah.
you mentioned earlier that the failure or the success of your company
Yeah,
is personal.
yeah.
So
At least it feels that way.
yeah. So does that make it feel like when you go through struggle or like potential failure, does that feel like a personal failure?
I think you and I both know. Yes, for me, it feels
An absolute yes for you.
for me it feels like okay. So here's the thing, no. I've told myself that the only thing I can do well is run a business. Okay, I've managed to convince myself of that. So when this
In all
business,
fairness, you have done that, and you can do that in your view, you can do that very well for other people's businesses.
yes, I feel like I can help anyone's business succeed, except for my own.
Yeah.
But the problem is, I think I need to switch my mind to be like, failure and struggle is part of this process, which we'll speak about just now, actually. But yeah, so I was saying, for me, I've convinced myself the only thing I can do really well is running a business. So when it's not going well, my brain automatically goes to, oh, so this is yet another thing that you cannot do.
Yeah. Yeah, but also entrepreneurs are generally insecure
What do you mean?
about their business. Like, I think I read a quote once by John Johnson. He's like a journalist or an author or something, where he said that entrepreneurs are the only creature that go from extreme exhilaration to
Yeah.
like complete, I don't remember what the quote was exactly, to complete like being broken down
Yeah.
in 24 hours.
Yeah. It's very possible.
It's a hard journey.
Yeah.
It is a hard journey. So I can
And honestly,
understand your point.
that's kind of what this year has felt like. The highs of the beginning of the year were like
Yeah.
super great.
Yeah.
And then it felt like the year said, well, now that I've given you that,
You've enjoyed this for a bit
you've
too much.
enjoyed the 6
Yeah.
months, it's time to struggle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it being a personal failure doesn't make it feel like it's a bit more difficult to be open about it.
Yes. It's a bit more difficult because, like I said, for a lot of entrepreneurs, it comes with a lot of people saying you can't do that thing. And you attach yourself so much you attach your worth so much with the
Yeah.
business. So when people are saying you can't do that thing, it's speaking to you versus you telling yourself, well, if I can't do that, that's fine. I can just do another thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that making it personal like that, it's hard. It's hard for anyone to admit when they failed. Least of all, catastrophically with a business,
Yeah. Yeah.
which a lot of people go through. It's a very normal thing. Which is, yeah, I think that's why we want to speak about it, because it is actually very normal most businesses don't do well. Most businesses
100%.
struggle.
Yeah.
But yet, all we see are the ones that are doing well. And
Mm.
yeah, that's the, yeah, and we don't want to give that impression.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah.
So how do you get past it?
How do you get past it? I think, I don't know what you do. I'm actually interested to hear what you...
Look, between the two of us.
Actually, before you even answer, do you tie your worth to how the business is going?
Not entirely.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like
I thought so.
in my case, I've got a safety net. So mentally,
Yeah. I think that's
I
another
can,
big
like,
part
yeah,
of it.
it is
Yeah.
massive. I feel like I can fail, yes, 100%, and note that as a failure and not let it affect me too much.
Yeah.
And then I could easily just move on to the next.
Do you? Oh well, I've got my job, so.
Yeah, I mean, besides that, like I could try something else, and I'm okay with trying
Yeah.
something else.
Do you? Because now you've just brought up an interesting. You put so much of yourself in the business. Like I will say, I've put a lot into this.
Yeah.
Like a lot into this. So it not working out is also a huge sunken cost. Like it's hard to want to forego that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I try to tell myself that I have to be okay with it, you know, and it's gonna be worse if I'm not okay with it, right?
sure.
You can actually fail much worse
Yeah.
because you won't ask for help. I won't ask for help. I won't admit when it's tough. I won't find mentors to help me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've told myself it's a thought in my head. Like I know, obviously, my worth is not my business. I'm worth more because I started this thing. The thing didn't start me.
Nice.
It's hard to. I tell myself, but it is hard when you've put so much effort into it.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to remind yourself every day that you're to just constantly repeat that to yourself. Your business, you're not worth your business. Imagine. Even if it's money-wise,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. You can't put a price on that. You
That
can't
is
put
true.
you can't put a monetary value on yourself. That's wrong. Don't do that. I'd say don't do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's a cool view.
Yeah, it's a view. It's hard to do.
It is hard to do. Yeah. Anything from theoretical to actual putting it into practice.
Yeah.
Very, very difficult to do. There's an interesting example of a business that has gone through something that would be difficult for any business
Personally,
owner to-
catastrophic for me.
Yeah, yeah. It's called Plant Made.
Yeah. The
They-
business is called Plant.
Yeah,
Made.
the business is called Plant Made.
Yeah.
They rocketed from a lockdown kitchen business
Yeah.
to a company that was turning over 12 million pounds in 2024.
Yeah, they were projected to do 12 million pounds
Yeah.
last year. Yeah.
And they have since gone into administration as of this year.
July
Like,
this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And their assets were sold for only 30,000.
Yeah, a
pounds.
lot of this really
It
shook
doesn't make
me.
any sense.
Yeah,
How did you feel?
yeah, this shook me a lot, honestly. So Plant Made was started by Ama. I forget her surname now. She's Ghanaian though. I forget her surname. And Ama she is a force of a businesswoman. I really looked up to her. I was amazed that she was able to start from £100 to £12 million in the space of 4 years in the hair care industry.
Amazing.
Amazed by the way she was able to communicate her journey as a founder. She just did so many things right.
Yeah.
So looking from the outside, and she also was getting awards with businesses like Perfect Ted, who I also admire a lot. So just looking from the outside, just watching her journey, I thought everything was like
Yeah.
perfect. Like she was
Yeah.
only going to go up. So finding out that there were £800,000 in debt. For those of you who don't know, administration in the UK is basically bankruptcy.
I was 1.8 million
With
in debt.
oh, their loss was £800,000. Yeah, while they were making £12 million, they were making £800,000 losses as well, which is like, it's normal, but at the same time I was very shocked, and it scared me a lot because I was like, when are businesses ever okay?
Yeah.
When
yeah.
are we okay? When are we
You
fine?
never know. You never know. And that is also what we are speaking to.
Yes, yeah. I think we need to normalize
Yeah,
this because
100%.
as much as she was being awarded, in the back of her head, like there was like which I really empathize with, because it's not like she was going around saying only show the good parts of my
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
It's literally only the only thing people want to talk about
Yeah.
is these are the good parts. So yeah,
It's the only thing people want to see.
the only thing people want to see. But also, it's not, entrepreneurs also tend to do this thing where, oh look, I can choose my hours. Oh look, I'm so rich, look at my car.
Yeah.
Oh look, my business is growing by so much. It
Yeah.
is also the only thing we're portraying,
Yes, that is
to
fair.
be fair. So
Yeah.
when we look at other people, that's the only thing we are seeing,
Yeah.
from other people. And when I looked at her business, I was like, sure, I can't wait till I get there. Now I'm like, whoa. I feel like she's been like, so also to let people know, she also doesn't have a business anymore because an investment company took over. They bought her business for £30,000 only, which really I just don't understand. But I don't know, I'll get it. I think we need to look into that.
Yeah.
For £30,000 only, and they tried to let her she was running it with her now husband. They tried to let her run the business, but then eventually they said, this is not working. So she doesn't even own her own business anymore, which
Yeah.
I cannot imagine what she's going through. I honestly, if that was me, it would be devastating.
Yeah.
But
Bouncing back from that.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. But the nice thing about her is 'cause she's always been open to a large extent about her business. So because of her being open, she had a statement, she said what happened. We can now talk about it, and now we can use her as an example to say this can actually happen. You can actually make £12 million
Yeah.
and then be kicked out of your business in the same year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think another thing is, I used to, like I said, I looked up to Amma a lot, and I still do. I still think she's a formidable businesswoman. I think she's gonna come back with another huge business.
That's actually something I've always struggled with.
What?
The paradox of a successful business owner.
Uh-huh.
The fact that you can build a successful business doesn't necessarily mean that you can do that time and time again.
Oh yeah, that's
Right.
something that's eating me
So-
up currently.
So it's sort of all well and good that she was able to like work wonders with this one.
Plant-made.
But yeah, obviously that doesn't guarantee that she's got the expertise in something else,
Yeah.
and that she has a passion for something else, to the point where it is a passion that can translate into a
another
successful
business,
business. But yeah, I mean that's just
Yeah.
a side quest for me.
But I
You
just
can
think
continue
somebody
to
with
your point.
no academic experience with it, and also, I don't know, I just feel like she's got it. I have so much hope in her.
She's glazing.
Yes, I'm glazing her. I think she deserves it. But yeah, no, I do get what you're saying. It won't translate. Personally, for me, I used to run the family business. It was going from strength to strength until I decided to respectfully bow out. And this business, Jackfruit, is just showing me flames every single year. But we're making it work, but it's still showing me flames every single year.
But at least that instance has made us a bit more, or a lot less naive about the fact that businesses can go through their peaks and their troughs.
Yeah.
And from the outside, you may not know, but they are going through similar struggles to us. Not the same struggles, but they're going through struggles themselves. So it's I don't know, a bit eye-opening for me.
Yes, yeah.
That even though we are going through struggles, we are not a failure.
Yes, I think that's something I want I'm speaking to Michelle, but also every other entrepreneur to know that, yes, you're seeing one business grow from strength to strength, expanding rapidly, but that doesn't mean that that's all they're experiencing in a business. And I think, from Plant-Made's experience, that has taught me, like even now when I think about Perfect Ted, which is another business I admire a lot, even now when I look at them, because Ama's business and the people, the team that runs Perfect Ted as well, pretty similar story. They were also making 12 million pounds by the 4th year.
Yeah.
That business seems like everything is going well, but now I'm like, it might not be the case, and it's not shameful.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
part of the
Yeah.
process. Okay, so another business that shook me as well is called Amikole. It is a makeup brand started by, I forget her name. Let me just get it right. I think it's Diara. You say her name, Diara.
Beats me.
Absolutely fantastic, excellent business. This is somebody who understood her market, somebody who just knew what was right to do in terms of the product and in terms of attracting the market. The business got $3 million in funding as a black woman-owned business in the US. Very hard.
Yeah,
She was like
almost
the only.
unheard of.
It's unheard. Yeah, literally, we're not exaggerating. It's really that hard. She got like 80 industry awards. Her business went to 600 Sephora stores. 600.
Okay, so
In the-
what went wrong?
Hey, what went wrong?
Yeah.
Unfortunately for her, exactly the thing that we're admiring,
Uh-huh.
that fast growth, it was
Okay.
too much for her business. So what happened was in July of this year, she announced that the business would be closing in September, preempting that the business if it continued with the growth, it was going to end up also in bankruptcy because the sales were not predictable enough to match the speed at which the business was growing. So
Oh.
yeah, so she explained like what would happen was she would have like a celebrity like put out like use her brand and like tag it, and then which is the right thing to do. They would anticipate the demand,
Yeah.
but then the demand wouldn't come, and then other
Oh.
times it would come. So that playing on inventory meant that sometimes they were sitting with millions of dollars of inventory that's not getting sold,
Okay.
and other times they didn't have the inventory, so they had to get it quickly, and that unpredictability. Also, her not being an online, like for example, Rode is online
Yeah.
first before it's now in like so many Sephora stores and stuff, or even it having its own store. So I don't know what happened where she was advised to try and reach 600 Sephora stores, which in my opinion is she was not given the best and I think she would admit as well that she wasn't given that best advice for that. Yeah, so things like that meant that the business was growing too fast for its sales to catch up with, and so she announced that it was closed.
That's a bit sad.
So yeah, when considering that, when you think about, for entrepreneurs, winning is often defined as growth at all costs.
Yeah.
Get your name out there.
Yeah.
Get the followers. Have people give you awards. Success is defined as high prestige, high growth, all of that. How does like knowing about Amikole now make you feel like, how now would you define, like think about jackfruit now,
Yeah.
our growth is much, much, much slower.
Yeah, which is not ideal.
It's
I'm
not,
joking.
but yeah, how does it change your view of success now?
Like, I think the only thing that's chirping in my ear right now is sustainable.
Yeah.
Sustainable.
Yeah.
Like if it's too much to manage, if it's not going to be manageable 10 years down the line,
Yeah.
then I guess your business is going to fail.
Yeah, it's
By
kind
default.
of, yeah, it's kind of like, if anyone had to ask you, would you rather have a successful business that's around in 10 years time versus a business that shoots up,
Yeah.
makes millions in 3 years, and then it's gone, you don't even have it anymore?
Yeah.
Which one would you pick?
Depends.
Really?
So I'd categorize this in like 2 different categories. So there'd be if the intent or the purpose of
yes,
it is
yeah.
to just
Yeah.
make as much money as possible, use whatever that money is for something else, maybe whatever, or you shut the business
Yeah.
down deliberately.
If
by
your intent
yourself.
was to sell it.
Yeah.
But then that's not an issue about sustainability. That would mean you've achieved what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like if we're talking about you get into business, you want to have a successful business, then it's sort of a no-brainer. You want your business to be functional and
You want it
in
around.
operation 10 years down the line.
I think most people are trying to build an Amazon or a Google, not
Yeah.
so much a MySpace. So
Yeah, and they're also trying to build it as fast as possible.
because that's what we there's
Yeah.
not many examples of like this business has been around for 30 years and it's within the family,
Yeah.
and they're not making Jeff Bezos money, but they're fine.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
sustainable, and they're not taking unnecessary risks to get to the Jeff Bezos level. Like we don't really have examples of that.
We don't. Yeah. And
yeah.
People are trying to be billionaires.
Yeah,
so,
that's the yeah.
everyone's striving for immediate success. So I think even if you put this question on the table for a lot of people, they'd be like, yeah, make me rich.
Yeah, I
as
think
quickly as
so.
possible.
Do you really think most people would say
I don't know about most, but I think a fair amount of people would
they're here for a good time, not a long
yeah,
time?
100%. 100%.
Yeah, I think yeah. For me, it's made me think. Like I have a lot of admiration for Diara. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering her name. It's really my apologies. But I have a lot of admiration for anyone who can see that this is not going to work out, because
Yeah.
this is where your livelihood is coming from also.
Mm.
Yeah, I have a lot of admiration for that, but I also feel so bad for her that she didn't have a mentor or just someone who would tell her, just focus on expanding it online first before you move to 600
Yeah.
Sephora stores and things like
Yeah.
that.
Wait, at what point did she start talking about her
No,
business
she'd-
shutting down? Was she open about that?
No, I promise you, it was like you saw the
Like
business
overnight.
grow, and then one day a news article came out with
Okay.
her looking pretty in the news thing and then saying, by the way, we are shutting down.
Ah.
It's been a long journey.
Yeah.
And another thing where people are like, what the hell? I love this brand.
Yeah. No, it's-
Yeah. Okay, so we've been discussing this thing that businesses struggle.
Yeah.
It's normal. It's very much a part of a founder's experience.
Yeah.
Most founders don't make it with their first business. They make it by their third or fourth one, I think, if I've got that stat right. We just gave two brilliant examples. I admire it a lot.
Yeah.
The two businesses a lot. The two businesswomen a lot, sorry. So even if we had Jeff Bezos here in front of us, he would say there must have been times where he thought we're not going to make it.
Yeah.
And I think if we spoke to him now, he'd say there was something that gave him the privilege of being able to take a loss for 20 years in a row before Amazon was as big as it is now. And businesses struggle. If you think about OpenAI, they also, I don't know what OpenAI is going to do. I honestly, Atu, whenever I think about Sam Altman, I think
Yeah.
that man, I don't know how he sleeps at night. I don't know. I honestly would never want to be in his position. He's building a huge business, but it is not making money, the kind of money it needs to. On one hand, it's successful, like it's
Yeah.
making billions a year, but also it's losing billions.
Yeah.
I don't know, right? So struggle is very much a part of a business. Even Apple struggles as much as it's cash rich. It struggles. It just can't get AI right. So since it's so much a part of business, why do you think it's so hard for entrepreneurs to do? It's hard for us as
Yeah.
well. To do what we're doing today was hard. It's hard. To admit, man, I'm failing at this one thing. Maybe I should ask for help. Why do you think it's a difficult thing?
Success is part of your branding.
As an entrepreneur?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Success is part of your branding.
Yeah.
Even-
It's the expected thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even Apple as a company.
Yeah.
They,
Very much so, yeah.
Success is literally their branding, making
Yeah.
very good products, making things that, I don't know, let's just say work first time right.
Yeah, getting it right first time. That's
yeah.
why the AI and Siri is just such a catastrophe for them.
Yes. So if they are somewhat shameful about being cash rich, still being successful, and then having a failed product and not being able to openly
They're
talk
still
about
not
that.
able to admit it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apple will not speak about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if it's difficult for them to do so, imagine how much
Yeah.
more it would be for the everyday person
Yeah.
to be like, this is my bread and butter.
Yeah.
This is very personal to me. This is all I have.
Yeah.
This one thing that is supposed to be a success is actually not working. Yeah, it's really tough.
Yeah.
It's really tough.
Actually, also, I think Apple is a good example, but the fear of real consequences. So, if OpenAI were to admit that we've built a product that we have no idea how it's going to be useful for people,
Yeah.
don't laugh, it's the truth.
It is the truth.
It's the truth.
Yeah, I mean
It's
a changing
actually-
narrative. Yeah,
Yes, but it is true
it
though.
is true.
And
I
if
agree.
Apple admits like every single other big company is
Yeah.
able to get AI right, but we are not, that would affect their stocks.
Yeah.
And that's how
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
making their money. So there's very real consequences to admitting to failure as well, no matter
Yeah.
what size your business is. I actually think the bigger your business is, the more real the consequence is. I know for us,
Yeah.
the failing is a serious, real consequence, especially for me. I've put a lot into this business. But yes, also for a company like Apple, admitting that they can't do what Google and Amazon and Samsung and they've been easily able to do, and
Yeah.
OpenAI, serious, real consequence, because then they're like, oh, are you getting stale? Are you getting stagnant?
Yeah.
Should I take my shares out of this business? For me, yeah, admitting to that means this thing that I've worked hard on, if it doesn't work, I've got nothing.
Yeah.
I've got nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would ever look for a job, but
I mean, if
you're
you
going to have to
you
take care of me.
You're doing the flip. I'm supposed to be the house husband. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Ato wants to be the house husband. But yeah, admitting that would being like this thing that you worked very hard on and you believe you are kind of good at. It's like the only thing I can say I understand really well.
Yeah.
This thing is not working out, so what does that mean?
Yeah.
Going to your funders and saying, hey man, we're going through a rough patch. You know those projections and those plans I had? Can you give me more time, please? Being afraid to say that. But okay, I think this is a time just to advise people. Please tell your funders if you are going through a rough patch. It would be better for them to
beneficial
know.
for everyone.
Yes, it's better for them to know and they can help you through it versus them not knowing and then them getting hit with a big shock and surprise. They're not going to be okay with that. Rather let them know.
Yeah.
But yeah, saying those plans that we had this year has gone differently from what I thought it would go. But also the way that I do it is I don't just go like, I don't know, it's not working
I
out.
have no plan.
I have no plans.
Yeah.
I tell them in a way that we tried this, it didn't work out. This is how we're going to correct that, or this is what we're going to do. It's not like we just,
Yeah.
it's, yeah.
Even doing that could affect you on a more reputational level. It could mean that people start having doubts about your ability and all that. So that makes it even more difficult to even come to your
Yes.
founders and be like, hey, I had these promises. I can't honor them. Can we revisit this chat? That is tough.
Yeah.
The culture of entrepreneurship is...
It's really rough.
Yeah.
Honestly, it needs to change. That's why it's called, we're building a new narrative here because it's really frustrating. All you see online, which is what causes this mess, that people have no one to speak to about the issues that they're going through as a person running a business.
Yeah.
What is causing this is because day in and day out, all businesses or founders or business owners are showing is the cute losses that they are making and only success. Like they will only share, for example, I remember even Amma did this where she, in the middle of her going into effectively what's bankruptcy or trying to prevent that, I'm sure some of this issue that I'm going to speak about where she was sharing that they had to move out from one warehouse to another. And she just made it sound like, oh, it's just a small, actually, let me not put it that way. It may have been the case, but like they had to move warehouses and it seemed like, oh, they're just growing, they're expanding, they need a bigger place. But it could be that they weren't able to pay the rent anymore and move on to the next. So all you ever see is just, there's no problem here, we're fine, nothing's going wrong, you know.
Yeah.
Versus, I wonder if, I don't know, I'm just curious. I wonder if she would have said like, okay, we're going through some serious issues. And maybe someone like Stephen Bartlett would have heard it and said, hey, how can I help you? do you need cash? Because somebody could have come and said, you guys are making 12 million pound. I have money to invest in this. How
Yeah.
can I help you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So how does that now? How do you manage that? How do you have
How do you share?
open
Yeah.
conversation with, I guess, all your stakeholders? This is down to your employees as well, but not do it in a reckless way.
Yeah, I think it's picking the right time and the right place to do it. So, for example, the right time to do it is when, I think, if you're going through the thing and your emotions are up here and the stress is up here. So, for example, there was like 2 weeks where we were absolutely going through it.
Yeah.
Absolutely going through it. If I had
Did you say 2 weeks?
no, but there was like, no, I mean like there was 2 specific weeks. Like, you know, that time where the code was just doing its own thing.
Okay.
And yeah, those 2 weeks, like, remember the meetings we were having where it was despondent?
Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
frustration.
it was like even
Oh.
you, it was affecting you even.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, so with those 2 weeks, I think us going to anyone about the problems, that would have been the wrong time because we're in the thick of the emotions of what's happening with our business.
Yeah.
And we didn't give ourselves a chance at that point in those 2 weeks to figure it out and come out of it. We've come out of it, we're in a completely different
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think once you're at the point where I've tried A, B, C, D, E, it's not working, that's when you can go now to employees and say, look, I'm still the one responsible for the ship. I'll do everything I can to make
Yeah.
sure we come out of it. But I just need you to know we're in a bit of a problem, we're in a bit of a pickle here.
Yeah.
So, the right time,
Okay.
sharing
And all
at
the
the
way
right time.
throughout, yeah, you're mentioning facts, knowing like what's happening, what's going on.
Making
then-
people feel like you still have the
Yeah, you have an
you have
understanding
the
of things.
ability to take us through this. Yeah.
That's true. And then having properly set out steps to get out of the situation.
Yes, that is
Whether it's
very
us, like,
important.
in the thick of it, trying to figure out what the actual problem is and then what it is we can try to,
Yeah.
to fix it.
Yeah.
And then if none of that works, then it's the next phase of, okay, these are the facts, guys. Nothing is working. We've tried everything. Now what? Okay,
So, yeah.
these are the steps that we're going to take.
Yeah, and I also think it's worthwhile because your employees, your mentors, you can. The whole point about the sharing is to get to come to a solution to the
Yeah.
problems you're having,
Yeah.
right? There's different people you can share to. Like, for example, between you and I, we can cry and vent
Yeah.
and like whatever. But if
Yeah.
you go to a mentor, you're coming to them from the position of, can you help me get through this?
That is
Here are
true.
the facts. I need to find a way. If you go to employees, there's a lot of wealth. The employees are the ones that are running the business day to day.
Yeah.
Ask them, what do you think? What can we do? There's businesses that do that routinely and always find a way to come out of the problems
Yeah,
that they
yeah.
have. If Apple would have listened to the right employee about Siri, they wouldn't be sitting.
That is true.
I
yeah,
don't
that's
say. I'm not
years,
throwing
years later.
shade.
Yeah,
They
they've had
wouldn't
too
be
much
here
pride
today.
to admit
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
in short, you're essentially saying calibrate your message for
to
the
the right
that you're
audience.
speaking
Yes,
to.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And then also, with that comes with you're sharing your emotions appropriately.
What does that mean?
So I'm not going to our Monday morning catch-ups being like, guys, I can't do this anymore, like crying. I come to you to do that. I tell you I want to give up today.
Unacceptable.
But
Unacceptable.
I can't do that to our employees. What strength am I giving them? I'm not helping them at all. I will not do that to our funders at all.
Yeah.
I will not do that to our clients. Our clients will be the last people to know of any issues going on.
Yeah.
So not calibrate your audience. No, you should have emotion. Like we said, we are being vulnerable. The last 6 months were not easy for us. But I will never come here crying, whatever. That's
Yeah.
that's for the two of us together. Yeah, maybe a mentor, like, or my mom. I'd cry to my mom
Yeah.
so that she can pray for me and help me get over it. But yeah,
And I'll stay stoic.
yeah, he says. But you do go to your mom as well. You do. Your mom gives good advice.
She does give
Yeah,
good advice.
she gives
yeah,
good
she
advice.
does.
She's a businesswoman as well, so she
Yeah,
knows.
yeah.
Yeah.
So she's had her ups and downs as well.
Yeah.
So she understands.
Yeah.
So,
I really
That's
think I
nice.
wish we had like a thing like a founders circle where we all, because I think there's so much worth in, hey, I went through the struggle and I went through it this way. I got over it this way. Which, by the way, we are hoping to do.
Yeah.
After all of this, we're going to tell you this is what we went through and this is how we came through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're hoping to have an episode just dedicated to that eventually. Yeah. So, is there another way? Did we forget something?
Look, in all of this, this is like an open invitation for like everyone who has some sort of advice or like maybe something that could be beneficial to you to be able to like speak towards your issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're open about it and
Yeah, find the right
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Don't just share to anyone, please. Like I said, starting a business is a huge thing of putting yourself out there. If you go to somebody who told you it's not going to succeed, you are not going to get the proper advice
People
or
will be
encouragement.
reveling in your
Yes,
failure.
don't go to someone who would revel in or revel in. Those are two different words. They mean two different things.
Some English person will choose.
Yeah,
which
no,
one
they
is
do.
correct.
But anyways, don't go to somebody who's going to discourage you. So we have a really like I have very close friends that know exactly what it was we were going through during that difficult time. But other than that, there's I pick who I share certain things to. Yeah. Yeah. But Atu, sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I think that was I said what I needed to say.
Okay. So, the other day we were sitting and we were thinking like, okay, this has been hard. This has been an uphill battle. The last 6 months have not been easy for us.
Yeah.
But if money wasn't a factor, if you didn't need to get thousands of followers on Instagram, you didn't need to market yourself like that, we were asking ourselves if we would still do this. And so, what is your answer?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy what we do. I enjoy. Look, I'm in the main field that I'm in, engineering, because I like solving problems. Right?
Yeah.
And I have, over the years, I've picked up creative ways to solve my problems, and I'm leaning more towards like creative ways to solve problems, and that's sort of bleeding into creativity as a whole. So this is like visual creativity. So I fully enjoy what we're doing, and like I started it as like a pet project, like getting
Yes,
into
you
this field.
did. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. A
it's
lot
like-
of people don't know this business actually started from Atu.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just playing around, and
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, and well, here we are a few years down the line,
Yeah.
actually making money from it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, if you take away all the revenue and stuff, as long as I can live, perfectly fine. There's no reason why I wouldn't continue
Doing it.
Doing it.
Yeah, I think my answer is the same. So when we were talking about this, we were talking about the wedding invitations, because that has been, this is where the source of this video is coming
Yeah.
from. It's been quite tough. I think I would definitely do it because we see the value in what we
Yeah,
created, number one. And number two, we know we can make it the best there is out there. And that's what we're determined to do. And for as long as we are trying to do that, and that challenge is there to make the best wedding invitations, digital wedding invitations you can find anywhere.
Yeah.
I think that's going to motivate me to always try to solve the problems that we're having, and to motivate me to encourage the team to still be on the bandwagon for it and like not give up prematurely. Yeah, because that has been fun. As
It
much
has
as
been
we've
fun.
struggled,
Yeah, it
it's
really has
been
been fun.
very fun
Yeah.
building this product and iterating and making it better and
Yeah.
figuring out how to reach the market and who to
Yeah.
go to and all of that. It's been really hard, but also I will be lying if I say it wasn't fun.
Yeah.
It was very fun.
And
It's
we've
been
learned a
very
lot
fun, yeah.
as we've gone, and we continue to learn
Yeah.
a lot. And I think that's another fun aspect of,
Yeah.
of this whole thing.
Yeah.
What more can we bring to the table?
To the table, yes. How can we just have the best product? Like
Yeah.
that is for me, that's
Yeah.
super fun. So yeah, I don't mind. But if for you, you think about your business and you say, I'm literally only here for the money
Yeah.
and nothing else is motivating me, and actually I can't do this anymore, then I'd say consider maybe not doing it anymore.
Unless
Because-
it's making you real money and it's sustainable, then
No,
I mean,
nothing will
continue.
ever be sustainable enough for that.
Look, let
nothing
me tell
will.
you something. If someone has a funeral parlor, there's no way you're doing that for the passion.
No,
Let me
some
not say
people
that.
want to
Let me
care
not
if
say
it's
that.
for the family. Yeah.
But like most of these businesses are handed down generation upon
Yeah, yeah,
generation.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
not going to tell me everyone
Yeah.
enjoy. Anyway, this is.
That's your
whatever.
personal opinion,
Personal
but
opinion.
yes.
Personal
But
opinion.
you can't say, you have to let's be honest. If you're not enjoying your thing and you're only doing it for the money and you are struggling, and then also you don't want to admit you're struggling.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
are you doing what you're doing?
Yeah.
Honestly.
You're fighting a losing
Yeah,
battle.
that is a losing battle, and maybe you should just not be doing it and think about yourself
Yeah.
and not money in that case. Yeah.
Okay. I guess that sums it up, guys. Thanks for tuning in again.
Yeah. Our challenge to
Until-
you is to really be honest about what you're going through. Maybe we can have a honest founders circle where we all come with solutions to each other's problems. I don't know, at some point.
Or just vent.
Or even just vent.
Yeah. And let it not stop there. But yeah.
Yeah.
At least a circle
yeah.
where it's possible to be vulnerable and open with someone would be
Yeah.
valuable.
Yeah.
Invaluable.
Yeah. Also, please like and subscribe. We are noticing people are loving these episodes, but we are not getting the likes and subscriptions and comments, which would be really helpful to us. So please like and subscribe. Yeah. But otherwise, that's all from me.
That's all from me.
And we'll see you. Bye.